Hello all, welcome back to the channel. It's Alan from Alan Reacts. So, I got a message from Joe on my comments after he was commenting kindly on the one and only Tori Holub reaction I've done so far. And he said, Alan, if you're looking for something different, something new, go to this. It's Suddenly, which I know the song, and it's by Tori Holub and Dan Wesley. So, what I'm going to say to you guys before we even start is, see this channel here, Dan Wesley. Go and subscribe, guys. Show some love. I've just done it. No reason you can't. I got criticised as a reactor for being a leech the other day, and a drain on the, well, basically quite harsh comments, but there's a reality to some of it. So go and subscribe. Let's get into the song. I know the song, not seen the performance, so this is new to me. So here we go.
Walks in, suddenly the hero. I'm taken in, my hopes begin to rise.
Look at me, can't you tell? I'd be so thrilled to see the message.
It seem I'm so close to my dream, and then suddenly it's on.
I love that gentleness. It's the 80s. This is from the movie Xanadu, Gene Kelly's last movie with Michael Beck, Olivia Newton-John. And this was a hit for Olivia Newton-John and Cliff Richard, Sir Cliff, who's on the channel. I'd forgotten, or I didn't even know, I suspect I didn't know, that Cliff Richard did have I think this was number 20 on the Hot 100 Billboard charts in the US with Olivia Newton-John, who was a bigger star, I suspect, stateside than Sir Cliff Richard was. In fact, was just a fact. I've got a little section I want to pull up about from the original between Olivia Newton-John and Cliff Richard, but let's go to Tori's voice and then Dan's voice, and then you can compare it to what I'm going to pull up just for 10-15 seconds. People will say, oh, she sounds like Olivia Newton-John. Do you know when you anthropomorphize your pets and you start giving them characteristics they don't actually have? It's easy when you know the original and you hear Tori's beautiful voice to think, oh my God, she sounds just like Olivia Newton-John. No, she sounds like Tori Holub. That's what I can tell you so far. And I'm going to listen to more of it, but it's so pleasant. And it's of those... The 70s and 80s weren't gentle times, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you who grew up in them, you'll know they weren't gentle times, but they were gentler in many elements of your life. You didn't have the internet. You couldn't do this. You had your radio stations. You had your 3 TV channels in the UK, and that was about it. 1980, I was 15. I can guarantee you I'd already seen Grease, as the whole world had, I think, by then. And Olivia Newton-John, or Olivia Newton-Bomb, as the teenage boys called her, she was a beautiful woman who could sing and act and had caught the world's imagination on multi-talented levels. But I just love that introduction. And Dan Wesley's voice, it's deeper. It's going to complement when Tori Holub comes in, as you can see it has. And it's pleasant. Don't you think, everybody? It's just pleasant. You're not having something hit you hard. You just ease your way into it. I don't know. Let's see how we go.
The wheels are in motion, and I'm ready to sail any ocean. Suddenly, I don't need the answers, 'cause I'm ready to take all my chances with you. should say.
You make it seem I'm so close to my dream, and then suddenly it's all there.
The wheels are in motion, and
Let's just give ourselves a moment to look at what they did, Olivia Newton-John and Sir Cliff Richard.
Suddenly, I don't need the answers, 'cause I'm ready to take all my chances with you.
So stylized.
Can I feel you're all that matters?
Olivia Newton-John had brought Cliff Richard over to Hollywood to do this because he'd given her first start on British television where he was a superstar. And she announces that at the beginning of the song. And in the movie, this song is the soundtrack, features the moment between her and Michael Beck, where that connection starts, that loving, gentle connection. And that's portrayed in that video there. Here it's side by side. Now clearly they've not gone for that sort of setting because it wouldn't be appropriate. But vocally it's very clearly they're aligned and they understand the song they're singing, and they're singing it with real joy. That's for me.
I'm ready to sail any ocean. Suddenly, I don't need the answers, 'cause I'm ready to take all my chances with you.
Always a multi-instrumentalist.
Why do I feel so alive when you're near? There's no way any hurt can get through. Longing to spend every moment of the day with you.
Suddenly, the wheels are in motion, and I'm ready to sail any ocean.
I love this way that she's done this split screen format, and their voices are perfectly worked together. She comes on the higher register, he's providing that lower male register. It's beautiful. And when I was asked by Joe to look at this, I'd been thinking for a while, what can I do differently with Tori Holub, just for my second reaction. This is it, because you can do songs, right, which, or maybe super hits around the world. And Xanadu wasn't the most popular movie ever, wasn't the worst movie ever. This song wasn't the biggest hit ever, wasn't the worst song ever. It's quite a nice song from a good period, from two respected artists. That Olivia Newton-John, yes. Sir Cliff Richard in the UK and Europe, for sure, superstar. But it's just so nice. And she's got such a good voice and such a good range. I don't think, based on what we just heard, she sounds like Olivia Newton-John. I think it's just something we lean into because she's got such a crystal clear voice. It's beautiful. Good, really good. Really good. And I like that. I don't know who Dan Wesley is. I hope he sees this, Dan, but you're clearly talented. Your voice fits. I've not seen any of your other work. Maybe I'll go and have a look. I've subscribed and I'm going to encourage other people to do so. But you've both picked each other to work with each other for a reason. I'd love to know what that backstory is. Yeah, guys, you've got to go and give Dan some respect here and just get curious about him. Yeah.
Suddenly, I don't need the answers, 'cause I'm ready to take all my chances with you.
Written by John Farrar. The song's essentially about what happens when suddenly you realise you've made that connection in life, in love, and that suddenly that person is very important in your life. And it's just no more complicated that. It's a ballad. It's just a romantic ballad, a gentle ballad about a gentle time that can happen in your life. And it is suddenly sometimes for some people. I like it. I like that Tori Holub has done that. I like that. I don't know how they know each other. And I'd like to find out more, guys, so let me know. But Joe, thank you so much for telling me about this. Just a nice, gentle song, good vocals, good music, true to the original song. Yeah. And I hope you enjoyed the little intersection of the original itself video. Very stylized. That whole love thing. It wasn't real, obviously. Till next time, take care, everybody, and thank you.